1957. A bathroom in suburban Illinois. A woman in a cotton housecoat opens the medicine cabinet, reaches past the Bayer aspirin and the Vicks vapor rub, and finds a small brown prescription bottle. Milltown. She swallows one tablet with tap water from a Dixie cup, closes the cabinet. By 9 o'clock, she will smile through the morning like nothing happened. These are the secret addictions that destroyed 1950s housewives behind closed doors. Everyone was legal. Most were prescribed by her own doctor, and every one of them has vanished. Number 12. Milltown, the first blockbuster tranquilizer in American history. Wallace Laboratories introduced me Probamate in 1955 under the brand name Milltown, a small white tablet prescribed for anxiety and nervousness. Those were the only words a doctor had for a woman who felt trapped inside a life she was told to be grateful for. By 1957, Meprobamate was the most widely prescribed drug in the United States, accounting for a massive share of all minor tranquilizer prescriptions. Pharmacies in New Jersey and New York hung signs in the window that read, "Out of Milltown," the way a bakery might hang a sign that read, "Out of bread." Women carried the tablets in brass pill boxes inside their handbags next to their lipstick. The calm arrived 20 minutes after swallowing. The edges of the kitchen softened. The baby's crying receded to a manageable hum. The wallpaper stopped pressing in. She was not medicating an illness. She was medicating a life she had no permission to question. The pill did not fix anything. It made the unfixable bearable, and the man with the medical degree told her it was perfectly safe. But Milltown was not the only pill in the medicine cabinet. There was another one, smaller and far more dangerous. Her doctor gave her that one too. Number 11. Barbiturates. Seconal, Nembutal, and phenobarbital. Sleeping pills prescribed so freely they became the leading cause of accidental overdose death among American women in the 1950s. Seconal came in a red capsule. They called them Red Devils. Nembutal came in yellow jackets. Eli Lilly manufactured both. A prescription cost under $2. The thick, warm drowsiness pulled you under like a river current. Women took one to sleep, then two. Then they stopped counting. The bottle sat on the nightstand next to the clock radio and the Reader's Digest. She called it her sleeping pill. Her husband called it her little helper. The coroner called it the cause of death. 3 names for the same bottle. The pills put her to sleep. But there was something else that woke her up, and it came from the same doctor's prescription pad. Number 10. Dexedrine and Benzedrine, prescription amphetamines sold as diet pills. Smith, Kline, and French manufactured Dexedrine in small orange bottles, 5 milligram tablets, prescribed to any woman who wanted to lose weight or keep up with a spotless house and 3 children under 7. Benzedrine tablets required a doctor's prescription by the 1950s, though they were still widely and easily prescribed for weight loss and fatigue. She thought she was being disciplined. She was being accelerated. And when the pills stopped working at the original dose, she did not slow down. She doubled it. The pills were fast and chemical and prescribed. But the oldest dependency in that house was slower and quieter. It came in a bottle that was already in the kitchen. Number 9. Hidden alcohol, the kitchen bottle. Millions of housewives drank alone during the day. The culture had a term for it: kitchen drinking. Everyone understood. No one addressed it. Seagram's 7 Crown, 4 Roses Bourbon, a bottle tucked behind the flour canister or inside the linen closet. Vodka because it left no smell. Smirnoff ran ads calling it the breathless drink. She poured into a juice glass, not a cocktail glass, because a juice glass did not look like drinking. The first sip at 10:30 while the children were at school. A mint lifesaver dissolved on the tongue before the husband came home. A 1956 survey estimated 1 in 5 women who drank did so alone, at home, during daylight. The word alcoholic was reserved for men on park benches. A woman with a drinking problem was simply nervous. She hid the bottle because she was ashamed. The culture hid the problem because acknowledging it meant admitting that the life they promised her was not enough. Number 8. Cigarettes. The only respectable addiction a woman was allowed to practice in the open. Philip Morris, Lucky Strike, L&M with the slogan that doctors themselves preferred. 20 cents a pack. The flick of a Zippo lighter at the breakfast table. The long exhale over a cup of Folgers while the baby napped. Ashtrays in every room. Some crystal, some ceramic with painted flowers. Souvenirs from Niagara Falls. Women smoked half a pack a day. More in winter when the walls felt closer. The yellow stain on her fingers that she scrubbed with lemon juice before church. Today, fewer than 12% of American women smoke. In 1955, nearly a third did. The Surgeon General's warning would not appear until 1966. By then, she had been smoking for 20 years. The cigarette was not a vice. It was a 5-minute vacation. 5 minutes alone on the back porch with nothing required of her except breathing in and breathing out. The pills were in the medicine cabinet. The bottle was behind the flour. The cigarettes were on the kitchen counter. But the next dependency was hidden somewhere no one thought to look. The living room. Number 7. Soap operas, the first screen addiction in American history. The guiding light. As the world turns, the edge of night, CBS and NBC scheduled them back-to-back from noon to 3:30. Procter & Gamble sponsored so many that the entire genre took the company's product as its name. Soap opera. An RC, a Victor console in the living room, 12-inch screen, rabbit ears wrapped in aluminum foil, the volume low enough to hear the baby, but loud enough to follow who was betraying whom. By 1955, daytime serials drew 30 million viewers a day. Nearly all women, nearly all alone. Today, the average American spends over 7 hours a day on screens. The daytime serial was the seed of that habit. The characters on that screen had affairs and kept secrets and confronted their husbands and said things out loud that no real woman in that decade was permitted to say. The soap opera was not entertainment. It was the only place where a woman's interior life was treated as if it mattered. Every one of these dependencies filled the same hole. A woman told her life was a privilege, discovered that the privilege came with no language for pain, no permission to be bored, no exit that did not make her a failure. So she medicated, she drank, she smoked, she watched other women on a 12-inch screen live the emotional lives she was not allowed to live. The addiction was never the problem. The silence was the problem. The addiction was the only answer anyone offered her. Number 6. Over-the-counter codeine. Cough syrup from the drugstore. Codeine was available without a prescription in most states throughout the 1950s. Cheracol by Upjohn. Robitussin. C. Dark glass bottles with paper labels. Codeine phosphate listed right there in the ingredients. 60 cents at the Rexall drugstore. The thick, sweet cherry taste coating the throat. A tablespoon at bedtime to quiet the cough. Then a tablespoon at noon to quiet the nerves. Then 2 tablespoons before breakfast, because the day was long and the warmth spreading through her chest was the closest thing to comfort she had felt all week. Today, codeine requires a prescription in every state. In 1954, She bought it next to the toothpaste. It was cough medicine. That is what she told herself. That is what the label said, and when the bottle was empty, she bought another one. Nobody asked why she always seemed to have a cough. Number 5. Compulsive spending. The catalog and the department store. Shopping became a behavioral dependency for women who had access to household money but no financial identity of their own. The Sears Roebuck catalog, 1,500 pages, free, Montgomery Ward. The J.C. Penney charge account in her husband's name because a woman could not hold a credit card in her own name until 1974. She bought drapes she did not need. A second set of Corningware, a third set of bath towels from Woolworths, items hidden in the closet, price tags removed before he came home. She was not buying things. She was buying the only moment in her week where she made a decision that was entirely hers. The purchase was beside the point. The choosing was everything. Number 4. Paregoric, the opium tincture in the baby aisle. Camphorated tincture of opium. Brown glass bottle. Over the counter at every pharmacy in America. 40 cents. No prescription. Directions said to give drops to the baby for stomach pain and teething. Many mothers took a teaspoon themselves. The warm, slow unwinding through the chest and limbs. The same compound, morphine, that soldiers brought home a craving for after the war. It sat on the shelf between the baby aspirin and the calamine lotion. Nobody locked it up. Nobody counted the bottles. She gave it to the baby to stop the crying. Then she took some herself, for the same reason. The only difference is that nobody ever asked the mother why she was crying. Number 3. True confessions and romance pulps. Emotional dependency printed on newsprint. McFadden Publications. True Confessions Magazine. 15 cents. Pulp paper pages. Lurid covers. First-person story. Stories written as anonymous confessions. I gave my love to a stranger. The night I could not say no. Read at the kitchen table after the dishes. Hidden under the mattress or slipped inside a Better Homes and Gardens cover. Women read them not for the scandal, but for the feeling. The permission to imagine wanting something other than what they had. Combined circulation across all confession magazines exceeded 10 million copies a month in the mid-1950s. She was not reading trash. She was reading the only literature in America that acknowledged a woman might have desires that had nothing to do with her husband or her children. The stories were cheap. The need they answered was not. The pills, the bottles, the pages. All of them were escapes. But the last 2 items on this list were not escapes at all. They were dependencies that no one ever named. Because they looked exactly like virtue. Every addiction on this list shares one quality. It was invisible. A woman with a cough syrup bottle looked like a woman with a cold. A woman watching television looked like a woman resting between chores. A woman shopping looked like a woman keeping house. The genius of these dependencies was that they wore the costume of normal life, and the women trapped inside them had no vocabulary for what was happening, because the culture had not given them one. Number 2, compulsive cleaning. The addiction the culture rewarded. Obsessive, repetitive house cleaning became a behavioral dependency for millions of women. And instead of recognizing it, the culture handed her a trophy. Spick and span on the linoleum. Bon Ami on the porcelain. Ajax stronger than dirt. The jingle on the kitchen radio. The smell of Clorox bleach at full strength in the bathroom at 7 in the morning. ironing the same sheets twice, scrubbing a floor that was already clean. Hands red and cracked from detergent and hot water. The exhaustion of a woman who had cleaned for 9 hours and could not stop. Good housekeeping awarded its seal of approval. The neighbors said she kept a beautiful home. Today, anxiety-driven cleaning is a recognized behavioral pattern. In 1955, it earned a woman a compliment. She was not keeping a clean house. She was exerting control over the only square footage on Earth that answered to her. The cleaning was never about dirt. It was about having one thing she could fix when everything else felt permanent. Number 1. Valium, the pill that replaced her voice. Hoffmann and LaRoche introduced diazepam in 1963 under the brand name Valium. A small blue tablet, 5 milligrams. The doctor prescribed it for anxiety, for tension, for nerves, for the condition Betty Friedan had just named in her book that same year. The problem that has no name. The pill arrived the same year the name did. By 1968, Valium was the most prescribed drug in America. By 1978, Americans consumed 2.3 billion tablets in a single year. The vast majority went to women. The refill was automatic. The dependency was invisible. A woman on Valium did not stumble, did not slur, did not cause a scene. She simply became quiet, cooperative, pleasant, exactly what everyone wanted her to be. Today, benzodiazepine dependency is recognized as one of the hardest addictions to break. In 1965, the prescription came with a smile and no warning at all. The pill did not treat a disease. It treated a woman's reaction to a life she was not permitted to change. It took the anger. It took the grief. It took the protest. And the culture called that a cure. The most addictive pill in American medicine was not sold on a street corner. It was handed across a pharmacy counter to a woman in a cotton housecoat who had been told by a man with a medical degree that the problem was simply her nerves. Nobody used the word addiction for any of these women. They were called nervous, high-strung, delicate, overwhelmed. The language protected everyone in the house except the woman swallowing the pill. Somewhere right now, a medicine cabinet is closing. A woman is looking at her own reflection, and the click of the latch sounds exactly the same as it did in 1957.